Hi friends, thank you for joining me today. My name is Andrea and this is the 5th episode of my Itaki Pro series. So far in this series, I've showed you how to make the fried chicken rice, soy sauce chicken, and Penang chicken curry in the Itaki Pro. Today, I'll be showing you how to make a dim sum favorite, black bean and garlic spare rib on rice. This dish is one of my husband's favorite dishes to order when we go out for dim sum. Here is my own version, so let's get started. As usual, meals in the Itaki Pro are all about prep work, and I usually prep everything the night before. So when I cook, it's as close as possible to just one push of a button at the office or wherever you're planning on cooking. Alright, so first off, some people like including dried mushrooms with their spare ribs. If you want to include them, soak them in hot water about 45 minutes before everything else. Next, marinate 1/4 pound of pork spare ribs in 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, and a pinch each of brown sugar, salt, and pepper. Stir in 1 tablespoon of black bean and garlic sauce. I'm using my homemade garlic black bean sauce, but you could just as easily use a store-bought version in the same amount. I've linked my black bean sauce recipe below. Okay, now, so transfer the spare ribs into the large food compartment and drizzle 1 teaspoon of sesame oil over the spare ribs and place the rehydrated mushrooms, if you're using them, on top. And here I have a single portion of rice for us. That's 80 milliliters of uncooked rice. Start by pouring a single portion of rice into the small food compartment of the Itaki Pro and wash your rice 3 times. You'll do this by adding a good amount of water, agitating the rice with your fingers, pouring out the water, and repeating this process another 2 times. Add an equal amount of water as your rice to your rice. So for our 80 milliliters of rice, we'll add 80 milliliters of water. Take a piece of Chinese sausage, however much you'd like to eat, and slice it diagonally. Chinese sausage is very tasty, but very salty, so I'll only be using half of one. Place the slices on top of the rice. As an alternative, you could also place the rice directly underneath the spare ribs, the mushrooms, and the Chinese sausage and let the drippings infuse into the rice while it's cooking. Just be sure to reduce the amount of water you add to the rice by 1/4, otherwise you'll end up with soggy rice. So for 80 milliliters of rice, that'll be 60 milliliters of water. Finally, put the small food compartment on top of the large food compartment and place the container lid on top. Place the lid of the Itaki Pro on top and snap the sides shut. Now you can store this away until you're ready. Lunchtime is around the corner, so about 25 minutes before you're ready to eat, take the Itaki Pro out of the fridge. Open the lid of the Itaki Pro and add 80 milliliters of water to the heating plate. Remove the container lid from the top and return the food compartments back on top of the heating plate. Put the lid of the Itaki Pro back on, snap the sides closed, and push the button to turn it on. When the light turns off in about half an hour, it's ready to eat. And here it is, friends. I like to scoop some of the delicious drippings from the meat on top of my rice for additional flavor. The meat separates easily from the bone, the mushrooms are flavorful, and the sausage is tasty. I like to think that this is a nice alternative to being able to enjoy dim sum without actually having to go to dim sum. What do you think? Thank you again for joining me today. If you liked my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more fun food ideas to make in the Itaki Pro. Until next time, friends. Mwah!